Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I am on my way to Aldburg, and I found this bit of wreckage over here, and I need to assess the damage it looks like. The road from Edoras to Aldburg sees much traffic, which makes it an attractive place for orcs to attack. Yes, as I learned with going from the Entwade, you should be wary in your journey to Aldburg to deal with any threats as they arise. So assess the damage done by the overturned wagon. I suppose I can do that. Here we go. Oh, look! Orcs! What a shock! Yep, definitely a place. They're not only ambushing the wagons, they're ambushing people checking up on the wagons. I mean, six? Oops. Oh, there they are. Okay. And now let's finish off the second wave. Any more? Well, there gotta be two more because the quest tracker says that there are two more, right? Yes, I think that's how it works. And while I admit that occasionally the quest tracker tries to mess with you or something like that, but I don't think this is one of those quests where it's like, oop, wrong button. The orc attack has been quelled, but it is only a matter of time before another one occurs. Nevertheless, you have made travel somewhat safer between Aldburg and Edoras. Good to know. Well, time to continue our journey. Uh-oh. Another overturned wagon is next to the road. Well, we are wise to the ambushes of the local orcs, aren't we? Well, let's see. Double the damage. Dangers await alongside the road that leads from Edoras to Aldburg. You should deal with any threats as they appear, right? So let's trigger the ambush here because I'm pretty sure the... Right? Oh, yeah, that definitely ambushers. You? What time to trigger it? All right, that's two. Seems like there are going to be six again. Barring lying from the quest tracker. Oh. Oh, all right, same place. Okay. There you go. And whack. Let's make sure that we are nice and healthy when the next wave comes. I'm going to assume it's going to come from this direction again, right? Never make an assumption. Or at least never depend on an assumption being right. There you go. You have defeated the orc attack along the road of Aldburg. The likelihood of another occurring is high, but for now, the road is safe. For 10 seconds. Well, continue to Aldburg. Ah, I see a settlement up ahead. And is that a mead hall I see? Well, it's hard to see through the trees. Actually, that mead hall is in front of the trees. Yeah, well, certainly flying flags of Rohan up there. I'm going to guess that this is Aldburg. No more ambushes seem to be set up here. That's good. We have some ruins in front of it, so it looks like they built it amongst some old Gondorian ruins. Well, welcome to Aldburg. And there's Horn. Hello, Horn. It looks like we got safely here.
We have arrived at Eomer's home of Aldburg. It looks, well...
Horn looks around, and his normally diplomatic and open face is uncharacteristically clouded with disappointment. I have never been to Aldburg before, but it doesn't appear as I always pictured it. The walls are crumbling and the buildings are falling into disrepair. I don't think the town was in this state when Eomer left for Adoras. Let us walk through the city and see if my first impression is mistaken. So look at the buildings in the southwest corner. In the southwest corner of Aldburg. Okay, look at the... Oh, talk to Pata in the southwest corner. Look at the buildings by the Mead Hall. And talk to Tierweld in Aldburg. Yeah, well, I suppose we will. And also I need to talk to Eotain. Alright. Let's see what we got up here. Alright, this is Eotain.
We must turn to the offensive.
Eomer has been freed? He never should have been held captive in the first place, but I'll not speak ill of Theoden King. You say that you were attacked by orcs unknown upon your journey here? I was recently following a party of white-hand orcs, but you are certain that these were not the same? My cousin Eomer and I have many encounters with Saruman's orcs, and I fear that they may attack us here in Aldburg. We will be watchful, but you should go and speak with Arkil. He is a stout warrior, but as a reeve, well, my cousin, he surely is not. Oh, as Archil. Archil. Alright, so speak to Archil. Okay, and here we have this woman. I need to speak with her. This building is in very poor repair. There
is work to be done here.
Can you wield a mallet? And can you set timbers? For those are the abilities that we need here in Aldburg. Our buildings are falling apart around our ears, and none of the crafters will listen to Archil's words of admonishment. His father would knock them into line, but alas, Archimbrit is now gone, and the strength of will does not seem to have passed from father to son. Eomer would set things right, but he's busy with the troubles in the wider land, and none here find fault in him for that. He's the treasure of the Eastfold, and we will not deprive the kingdom of our greatest son. Alright, and now we need to go to the southwest corner of Aldburg. Okay, I guess that's where that arrow... No, that arrow is pointing me to Archil. I was on the right path, though. This building is in poor repair and seems near to falling down. I mean, how did it get into such a state so quickly? No idea.
Aldburg has seen better days, friend.
If Eomer were here, he would do something about it, but he's away helping Theoden King with more serious problems. I can't put the well-being of my home over that of the kingdom. They seems more pressing to me, but I know what's really at stake. Still, I wish Archil will do something about these buildings. A stiff breeze might be enough to knock several of them down, and then where would we be? Well, that's a good question. I mean, really? Well, now, let's talk to Archie and find out what's going on. So, up into the meat hall. Because when in doubt, go to the meat hall, right? They must be getting ready for dinner. But he's sitting pretty far back, so he's obviously not ready to eat right now. Hello, sir.
Do you bring word from Edoras? Is Eomer preparing to return?
Ah, welcome to Aldburg, Pine Lore. Do you bring word for Edoras? Yes, those are port hidings. I have done my best to keep the city for him, but the people don't listen to my commands, and I fear that I have been a poor steward in his absence. Why, just today I sent a group of crafters to repair the outside walls, but they haven't returned, and I have heard rumor that they drink and feast instead of doing their work. If you can inspire them to work, feel free to make the attempt. You will find them outside the walls, southeast of town. Okay. Now, what I'm wondering about is, how are they affording all this food and drink? Because if they're not doing the work, then I presume they're not getting paid. If they're not getting paid, they're finding some way, probably. What else is going on?
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
You say that Eomer has been freed. This is surely wonderful news. However, while I am thankful to hear it, we have pressing matters here in Aldburg. These orc attacks should not have taken lightly, but with our depleted numbers, we must bolster our defenses.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
While we decide on a course of action in regards to these different orcs, might I recommend that you explore Aldburg? Despite the damage that has been done, it still is a lovely place. While you're exploring, talk to some of the inhabitants and gain some knowledge about the history of this great home. As you might have noticed, we have very vulnerable here in Aldburg. Most of our men have gone west, for good reason. As you speak with others, feel free to assist those who may be needy of it. Well, it seems to me that probably the people from the Entway should have tried going to Edoras. The question is, would they have survived that trip any better than they would have survived this one? I presume that this is the wall that needs repairing. Yeah? They're feasting and drinking and dancing and holding swords? Why are they holding swords?
You think you can end my merriment?
Why are you frowning at me? There is cheer enough to go around. The work can wait, but the beer will not last. Really? You're trying to finish off the beer before... Oh, good grief. The boorish worker stops smiling and narrows his eyes. You say Archie wants us to work? Pah! You think that you can end my merriment? I would like to see you try, knave. I'm just wondering, is this work that he's doing skilled enough that they can't just fire him and replace him with somebody more willing to do the work? Well, I don't know. Fine. Alright, I'll start working. Now, what about you?
Look at this one, boys.
Grab a tankard and a crust, friend. Give us a tale or three, and we will raise a cup if it is be good. Oh, I see. I know how it is. You are here to get us working. I say that we make Archel do the labor, or maybe have you do it. I'm sorry, enough people pawn their work off of me already. We'll do it whenever we're good and ready. You have trouble hearing me, friend? Maybe you'll hear this. Really? Okay. I'll work. This is Felljaw. Right. Let's not worry about Felljaw. Okay, that takes care of those. I hope. Hello there. Anything? The history of Aldburg.
We must stand by while the minions of Orthunk spread their influence.
Thane Archel has yet to decide what to do about the orcs. It's not surprising. We will decide on a course of action soon, I am sure. In the meantime, I agree with him. You should acquaint yourself with Aldburg. On the surface, it may not look like the city of a king, but it is, in truth, a city rich with history. I recommend beginning in the eastern part of the city, at the training hall. Okay. At the training hall. That will be this way, I presume. It says that this is the armory. I guess it doubles as a training hall, which I guess because this is where the weapons are, so I presume training near the weapons is reasonable. And we have a couple people right there who are training.
Our mission is dire.
There isn't much stored within the walls of the training hall these days. When our men went out, they took most of the arms with them. What remains inside, however, are weapons that span the history of the Rittermark. My sole purpose here is to ensure that our enemies do not gain access to what remains. Thank you for speaking with me. I don't entertain many visitors these days. From here, you should see the stable, located to the northwest. To the northwest. Explore the Aldburg stable. Well, I hope that would be a good term to use for it. I presume that this is the stable. And we need to talk to Wheelflod. And I think the word stable is not appropriate. At least not in the definition of being sturdy and secure from falling down.
Will you aid the horse lords?
This is the oldest stable in the area. Yeah, I can believe that. And it is showing its wear. I can believe that too. I have been trying to acquire assistance with repairs, but with everyone heading west, help has been hard to come by. Perhaps you could convince Archil that I need help rebuilding the stable? This very stable has housed the steeds of some of Rohan's greatest warriors, Eomer and Foka, among others. As you make your way around Aldburg, be sure to stop and speak with the quartermaster, located in the western part of the city. Okay, well...
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Did you say that you found a caravan that was attacked by orcs recently? I would wager that is why my missing crate of supplies has never arrived. It is important that those supplies be delivered. Would you retrieve them for me? I would be very grateful. Okie dokie. Find the crate of supplies. Crate. I will presume that this is the caravan she spoke of. Ah! Supply crate. Let's take that. No more orcs around? Alright. Well, just making sure that they didn't return while I was away. Is this your crate?
Our mission is dire.
Ah, it was still there? Oh, this is wonderful. I thought for certain that the orcs would have taken it. Thank you for bringing it to me. I guess they're busy taking other stuff. Whee! Now, next, the quartermaster's house. Even the quartermaster is having trouble getting help.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Do you hear that? No? Oh, well. Never you mind then. You are here to find out more about the great city, are you not? I have been the quartermaster of Aldburg for longer than my memory goes back. I have seen quite a bit in my day, and I have... Oh, I heard it again. You didn't? No? Oh, well. There is not much for me to do these days, but talk with my new friend. Now, there is much to do, and not enough hands to do it. If you speak with Archil, let him know of my needs. Alright? Okay, I will speak to Archil. I have heard a bit of recent history.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
I had not realized that there was so much that needed to be done around Aldburg. I was too focused on other affairs. I still have yet to decide what to do about the orcs. Allow me to consider this problem further. Since so much in Aldburg requires another set of hands, I'm certain that you can find work to occupy yourself with. Yeah. Oh well.
There are so many things that need to be done.
Also, I talked to those workers.
You succeeded. I'm surprised and impressed.
You managed to get the crafters back to work. Perhaps there is hope yet for the restoration of Aldburg. Well, that's good to hear. Ooh, Archil's gratitude.
Go out into the Everholt and look for this missing wagon.
You've proven yourself to be able in motivation, and I wish to make use of that skill once again. A number of workers took a horse and wagon into the Everholt and have not yet returned. They plan to retrieve timber from the woods with which to reinforce some of the buildings here in Aldburg. But now I'm not so certain. You may be able to follow the sound of feasting and the singing of songs. Go out to the Everholt, if you will, and look for these workers and their wagons. Convince them to do their work that they agree to, and you did with the workers outside the walls. With good fortune, we may restore Aldburg before Eomer returns from his war. All right. I need to go and find a wagon and whoever's supposed to be gathering wood there and speak with them. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.